Hello and welcome everyone back to a brand new video. Now, today we got our first look at Motogp 23. Quick disclaimer before we get into today's video, I am not the one playing in the footage. This footage was sent to me by a subscriber who got his physical copy a few days early, messaged me on Discord, asked me did I want some footage to basically talk about and review like I'm doing right now, and I said I'll be massively appreciative. Now, he wanted to remain anonymous, he didn't want his name out there and stuff like that, so just want to say a massive thank you if you're watching. I presume he is. He had said himself that he turned off a lot of the settings and tried to make it look as realistic as possible because he knows that I'm mad about like having it as realistic as possible. So he said the writing isn't the best, but I said don't worry about that. I'm massively thankful for the footage. So basically, he's done a 3-lap race at Misano as Alex wins, and we're going to just look through the footage and just talk about what I see and yeah, just give my thoughts on it. So straight away, the faces look a bit different. Not all better, I must say. Nakagami, Rins, they both look a bit sick. The hair on the model in the background is kind of floating about. So we're going to be more kind of delving into the gameplay side of it here. So everything so far looks pretty decent. Everything looks quite the same as 22. Now, from his opinion, he said the physics are much nicer. Now, I think he said he is about 180 hours on GP22, and he said he didn't really like the front on that. He said the front feels much better on this. So, as we get off the line here in a second, not much different here. Everything looks quite same. I think the camera angle may be slightly changed. It looks like it's a bit higher in the sky looking down on you. But overall, gameplay looks quite similar. Graphically, again, it looks fairly similar, but you can see here as we get taken out by Alex Marquez, not the first time that's going to happen, there is new graphics, so you can hear there when he got taken out the audio that plays when a real rider crashes in real life. So there's some small gameplay tweaks that they've made that'll just make it a bit more realistic. Oh my god. So absolutely dive bomb there on Pecco. Now, everything looking pretty much the same. So you can see in the bottom left the map has been changed. It now has a backdrop, so it's not as hard to read. The HUD upgrade, I must say I like. It's quite clean. It's very much more futuristic and minimalistic all in one. I quite like it. Everything is where it should be and it's quite nice. Obviously, a big thing you can see is the rider's left foot changing gears. It's much more pronounced this year. Many games ago that they have brought in that the rider foot moves his foot, it just never was pronounced enough. It always was a bit just kind of like he just twitches a bit, whereas now you can actually see he gets his foot under the lever when he's going up through the gears and down through the gears. He actually really gets his foot moving. So it looks like the AI at the moment in this, which will be the full build as if he's gotten a full copy. Now, I'd imagine there will be a day 1 patch for this game, so he's probably on, even though he has a physical copy, he's probably on the last of the builds before the day 1 patch. So the AI do look a bit mental. For the most part though, the gameplay doesn't look a million times different, but he just said it's just a lot more enjoyable than 22 is what his main. I did ask him. Now, I don't know exactly what his level was on GP22, and I don't know what his level is on GP23, but for the most part his writing is pretty decent. Again, you gotta remember he got the game today, and this footage was recorded today and sent to me, so he probably has only 1-2 hours on the game max. So to get this sort of gameplay is really a privilege for me to be actually able to look at really what's going on in this game. So again, as we lunge up the inside, pretty similar to GP22 is what I'm saying. Now, according to him, front feels nicer, and the throttle implication is a lot more of an effect on the bike. You can see when he picks up the throttle, if you look at the bottom right, you can see his throttle telemetry, that green bar that's full at the moment. He says when you get onto the throttle, it really sits the bike up, so it looks like the gyroscopic forces are more at play in this game. But he said the front end is much nicer. He said that was one of his biggest issues. He just kept crashing in GP22 at the front, and I must say I didn't crash that much of it, but I just didn't have any feeling for it. So he reckons as he goes for a massive move again, unfortunately does tip off. You can hear there again that new audio feature there, to get a beep 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 when someone crashes. So it just gives a notification that someone has crashed. Hopefully it happens for other riders too, it's not just yourself. as you'll get very sick of listening to that if it's every time you crash you hear it. But in terms of UI, so they still do that weird glitch where they lean towards each other. That was an issue at the start of, might have been even 21 that was in since, but so some of the glitches do carry across, I'm afraid, as most of them will. Is it really, each game that comes out, it's building on the previous game, so a lot of the glitches that don't get fixed will find their way into the new releases. But as we come on out to the final lap, it looks pretty decent. The physics, from what he said, again, we can only go off what he said, they are more enjoyable, and I'm hoping he's right. I will notice the front tyre is massively overheated now. That could be his riding style, it could be just an inherent flaw of the game that maybe the front tyre gets a bit overheated. Again, not until Thursday when I get my hands on it myself will I actually know that, but the small changes they have made, it looks like it is slightly better, so I am slightly optimistic for this release, to be honest. Knowing career mode will be better. It looks like the gameplay, maybe not to the eye is better, but apparently it feels better. So, positive steps for Milestone. He said, in his words, it's his most enjoyable game since GP20. So, now I don't know whether he hated 21, which I liked quite a lot, or if he really disliked. He has mentioned in some of the messages we traded back and forth that he did not like GP22, so maybe I'm in for a good time with this game if we're if we both like, or we both dislike GP22 and he's starting to like this. So hopefully I actually will get on with this game for once, because it is a shame really. So Bezecchi wins it, Marcus second, Maverick third, very realistic. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today for the first kind of gameplay analysis of GP23. Now, there will be a full career mode starting on Thursday, and I will be live streaming from 7 o'clock Friday evening, probably just some online lobbies. So if you feel like racing me, jump on. I'll be on PC. Unfortunately, your Xbox and PlayStation players like this man will not be able to join. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed this first look at Motogp 23. I shall see you in a few days with another video on Motogp 23. Bye for now. See you soon.